In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to tell you the truth about how people in leadership positions actually got there. I'm going to deconstruct for you how people get promoted and how those people who seem to rise effortlessly from individual contributor to director level to VP and beyond actually do that. I know about this because I stayed stuck as an individual contributor for 8 years. And then I progressed very quickly. In the span of 2 years, I went to a VP level. I've coached my own direct reports, and I've also coached scores of other mentees in product management. And I realized that there are specific things that you can do to get noticed, be seen as a leader, grow your career, and earn a promotion. It's not too complicated, but it might not be what you think it is. In this video, you will learn those exact steps that make getting promoted not just possible, but inevitable. By the end of the video, you'll know the small tweaks that you can make to make your boss see you as leadership material. And I'm also going to mention one software tool that was a really big game changer for me. All right, let's go. Step 1, understand the rules of the game. This is really important, and a lot of people skip over this step. So you need to understand how you are really being judged. Maybe your company has a career ladder or career buckets and skills that you need to master in order to progress to the next level. Sometimes it's not as organized as that, and your manager is making a more emotional decision. So you need to understand them as a person at a deeper level. Are there metrics that need to be measured, or is this a decision that's made through 360 feedback from your peers? Understand how your success is measured. Otherwise, you're going to be playing the wrong game. Step 2, make your boss's life easier. This one is really big. So when you make your boss's life easier, they are going to help you more. It's oftentimes really up to them. They are going to make the decision to advocate for you and to put you up for promotion. So when you can make their life easier, take work off their plate, they're going to see you as a partner, as someone they can rely on and trust, and see you at a higher level in the organization. So when I was a director, the PMs who got promoted the fastest were the ones who started managing up and anticipating my needs and solving my problems. So as a boss, I really appreciate when my direct reports can make my life easier, and I think you can understand why. Step number 3, align your work to bottom line business goals. This one is really important. If you have been assigned certain tasks or certain KPIs that you're responsible for, but they are not directly related to the company's revenue or to saving money for the company or to the mission of the company, then you have a problem. You might be working on tasks that are not strategic for the company. You need to fix that, essentially. You need to look at what are the company's goals and how does my work directly impact the company's goals. When you can draw that line and when you can show that your work is driving more revenue or saving costs or moving the company toward its mission, you have a much stronger case for being seen as a leader and for earning a promotion, because you are elevating the company towards its mission and towards its corporate responsibility. Step number 4, communicate enough, but not too much. So when you're in meetings, this is where your peers and your boss, everyone will understand your leadership potential. And so making sure that you are not silent in meetings, you need to have your voice heard, you need to be present and contributing and participating, but you also don't want to take up all the airtime. So you can go in either direction. Some people end up talking way too much. They're talking 80% of the meeting and they're seen as undisciplined and annoying because they talk too much. And then on the other hand, you might have someone who's introverted, who's very quiet, who's timid, who prefers to communicate only over writing. And that person is not going to be seen as a leader if they're not speaking up in meetings. So this is where a software tool called equaltime.io, really has helped me and has helped a lot of other people that I've coached. This will track your airtime, like your speaking time in a meeting. And you also get AI notes and action items and summaries. So it's helpful for a lot of other reasons. But the airtime piece of it is Really important so that you can make your voice heard, but also be concise. And that helps with your perception of confidence. So I really recommend anyone who's looking to get promoted to use Equal Time. All right, step 5 is build coalitions across functions. So no one gets promoted in isolation. You need allies who are going to advocate for you when you're not in the room. You need allies who are in other functions. If you're in product management, make allies in design and in engineering and in marketing and in sales. But that applies if you're in sales. You should also have allies who are in product management and design and, across the company. So set up syncs. That could be a monthly sync with your peers in other functions, or that could be with colleagues who are tackling the same cross-functional goals that you are. Make sure that you are building bridges and building allies for communication to flow and also for your leadership to develop. All right, step 6, if your company has mentorship or sponsorship programs, definitely make use of them. So that will help you to learn from a mentor, or sponsors will help you by making suggestions and really advocating for you to help you grow your career. Not every company has them, but if you do, don't sleep on it. Definitely participate and make use of that. Step 7 is know when to change companies. So a big piece of how I earned higher titles was knowing when I had sort of reached the limit of where I could grow in a certain company and when it would make sense for me to switch companies. So I went from a product manager to senior product manager to group product manager within one company, but there wasn't really much further growth. There wasn't an opportunity for me to go to the director level or VP level within that company. So I interviewed and I got another job directly as a director at another company. And then from there, was able to grow my experience in management and develop my personal career. So that leads me to step 8, which is know when to stick it out. So you also don't want to hop between companies too quickly. At that company, when I was a director, I stayed there for a while and I also earned my promotion to VP level. You need to think about when your growth is blocked or when you need to stay around. The staying around piece is very important. Sometimes when your boss leaves or your boss's boss leaves and then your boss gets promoted, that'll leave a gap. And they are suddenly looking for someone who has experience, who knows the company, who's already embedded. And it's often easiest to promote from within rather than to bring in someone external because it takes longer and it's untested. You don't know that person as well. So staying can also be a promotion strategy if you see that there is likely to be a gap somewhere in the org and then people moving up, and that'll create space for you to also move up. All right, step 9 is master leadership communication and presence. So you will need to learn how to be concise and clear in your communication and intentional with how you communicate. You need to have strong body language, especially if you're meeting in person, that projects leadership, that projects confidence. And you need to feel like you belong in the room. So it's not like necessarily exactly how your shoulders land, but really a confidence and trust that what you have to say, other people want to hear. So again, I will refer back to Equal Time. In this product, you will see it will coach you through avoiding hedging language. So that's something like using, I think this is a bad idea, but blah, 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 blah. And when you frame your ideas in that way, it will automatically make everyone discount your ideas. There's also smaller ways of hedging language that will diminish your leadership communication. So if you say just too much, like the word just, that also diminishes your ideas and makes you appear less as a leader. So check out equaltime.io to get AI coaching on leadership and communication and your presence. All right, so in closing, if you have felt stuck or overlooked, you are not alone. Many people do. But I hope that this video has helped you understand a few steps how you can tackle your promotion strategy and show up as the organized, confident leader that you know that you can be and to become recognized like that. Promotions are not magical. They are the result of strategy, visibility, and communication. And I hope this video has helped you. If you want more help, feel free to comment with your questions below and we will respond to them. See you in the next video.